Hello, people. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Let me see if everything is set up right. I think so. Let me see if I can actually show myself. Maybe. Wait, no. There is a missing piece. I need to click on. I need to click on this. Now I move. Yes, my neck was like stuck in a position. Now I think we are good. Hello, Tony. So the good news is that the fix I tried yesterday was actually the right one, or at least my character now is not disappearing anymore, and I think that I had that intuition about the not initialized variables, and that was very interesting. And I don't know if it's the right, I mean, the only fix needed, but definitely that fix seems to be resolving the issue. Now I was testing few things because we have some problems with the equip and de-equip of the plate, but I mean it's not too problematic, so I think I will just leave it. I was testing something else meanwhile, which was the, let me check, which was the attack and the other animations on the different characters. And in particular I wanted to change, let me see what are the races. I wanted to change one of my character to be like Dermorian female, so number 18. And the reason I want to do this because I want to test, maybe we can do it with this one, 18. I want to test if the inheritance of the animations from the basic blueprint are working, which probably to you doesn't mean anything, but let's say I want to, I think we can test it also in the default, not in production. I think we can go and dummy database, it's much easier. And yes, let me try, assuming that I saved this and I saved this. I tested the door opening and I don't know, they are opening, so there is something going on, you know, with the doors opening that I don't understand. Like the other day they were not opening, now they are opening. So it seems that there is something that gets into the way. Oh, by the way, we had new Patreons. So we reached 30. We had, I mean, in this month, we had 4 new Patreons, I think. We got, on November 8th, we got Theo added as Patreon. On November 10 we got Nicola, and on November 19 we got Michael, and on November 21, which is 2 days ago, we got Ziara. And with Ziara, which is the last one, we are now at 30 Patreons, which was a bit of a goal that I've set, you know, on us. Let me just go to a normal sites. A bit of a goal that I set on us, you know, just to see if we could reach it. And yeah, so now we are at 30. I need to update the 28. Let me update it to 30. So we reached the goal. Yay. So thank you everyone for being a sponsor and helping this thing. So we reached the goal of 30 Patreons, which is very nice. So it's now time to set another goal, but I will leave it like that for a few days. I think it's great to be at 30 and to have reached our goal. Hello, Marcelo. But yeah, basically the fix of yesterday worked. So I think we can, I think we can consider it done. I'm just testing one more thing because I want to see if I can. What do you mean? Yes, because here I'm on the other. I just want to see if we can use the same animations on all the characters without redoing the blueprints, so without copy pasting the stuff in the blueprints. I think that would be pretty cool if we can. That would be pretty cool if we can, because this means we will be able to do it a bit quicker. Otherwise I need to just copy paste all the blueprints, but it's kind of annoying. So I was thinking we can use the, let me see, if she attacks, I think we are in good shape. The other thing I wanted to add maybe is the max FPS. I think this one will be very, very, very useful, because we have seen that max FPS is really making a difference on the overall performance. At the moment you cannot set it when you are in shipping mode, and we don't have it in the, and we don't have it in our settings anywhere, so the people will not be able to do it, I think. Yes, I think the best would be to add a new thing here, and but yeah, that maybe we can do. I mean, it should not be too long. Okay, so let me just check. Do we have so if I play an emote, yeah, he's playing on her. Now the problem is the emote a good test or not? Playing animation, play emote wave 3. No, there is another thing. No, I need it to die, or I need to, can I do a slash die? No. No. That me. You were killed by a GM. This is probably not a good test. Wait, I need to test it with. With NPC on. I need to test it with NPC on. Repopulate NPC. True. Repopulate NPC. True. I think is enough. If it's not working, it's a pity though. Unless I just call parent. Maybe I just need to implement it in the actual blueprint and then call parent, but in theory it should be working already, because I have it implemented in the character BP, which is the father of this BP. Anyway, the test server is up and someone already connected. I think that's why and two are connected, and it was working okay. I didn't load all the NPC and all the items yet, but I think we can do it shortly after this test I'm doing. Hello, Uveriahi. Hey, welcome. So we think we can do that test as well, and then, but basically I think we are ready. There are a number of bugs here and there that I know already, but it's fine. I mean, it doesn't want to be a perfect release, you know. It's not a release. It's just an alpha, so it's okay. We cannot, you know, fix every bug and everything. Come on, can I connect, please? Oh, it's still loading. He's still loading. He's still loading the levels. I can check again the opening of doors, but it's working. The disappearing problem got fixed by me with the vector initialization. Incredibly enough, was really that. I mean, I will test it again because I'm a bit surprised it was exactly that, but like I had like a vision, you know, or an intuition, and I just went over hundreds and I mean thousands of lines of code. I just said, I think is here, and I said, I think is this vector initialization. And actually it was. I don't know, it feels a bit weird, you know. Did I catch exactly the point? But I fixed that. I recompiled during the night, so I rebuilt a shipping package, and I tested it this morning, and was actually good. So okay, I think the server crashed for whatever reason. Nice to know. What? Perform reachability analysis. Is valid low level fast? Never seen this error in my life. What is this? What is this? What? The server crashed in a way that I never seen, so I would just launch it again. Well, in theory, the initialization, I mean, when you declare a new variable, and it's not a pointer, but it's an actual variable, right? It's not a pointer to a variable, it's a variable. It should be enough, right? And this is why I'm a bit surprised that, at least in the Unreal Engine world, should be enough. Now, I never tested it with you know, a function call by reference like is in that part of the code, which is a bit, you know, risky. But yeah, I think I don't know, we'll test it again and see. We will test it again and see. Yeah, we need the server up though. If the server is crashing with like unknown errors, that's not a good idea. That's not a good thing. That's definitely not a good thing. It could be that we have some new NPC loaded, but no, I mean, the NPC that we are loading are the same. It crashed on a kind of a garbage collection of actors. But it's kind of weird. Okay, let me try to log in again and see if it works now. The Linux server is running fairly well, so okay, it crashed again. Okay, so we cannot log in anymore. Okay, it crashed in the same way. It crashed in the same way. The only difference between the previous run and this run is that I enabled the NPC spawn, and he spawned one Kran. He spawned one Rivnak. And he spawned a few more. Why only these two? Oh well. I never seen this error, so it's kind of weird that we are getting this error. Object base is valid low level fast assertion. Process object array. Perform reachability analysis. I have no idea what this thing is. Let me just search it and see. Reproduction steps currently unknown. Interesting. Yeah, the crash is this one. The crash is this one. But it's not the same error, yeah. It's absolutely not the same error. So it happens only when I spawn NPC. That's kind of interesting. It happens only when I spawn NPC and when I'm logging in, because no? Because I think that as long as I'm not logging in, as long as I'm not logging in, it seems that the server stays up. Well, we can launch it and see. Also, the NPC that are getting loaded are very few. At the moment, I think under characters in the dummy database, which is this one, we are loading, we can do where NPC spawn rule equal to 1, right? Yeah, at the moment we are loading only 2 NPC. Crestal and the Hullarino horse. Okay, let me just leave the server up a bit without logging in. And then I will try to log in with another character and see if the problem is related to that character. But to me, it looked like every time I was clicking on login, the server was crashing. So you see now the server is up and is moving stuff around. And it seems it's not crashing. It looks like it's not crashing. So it seems to be fine. Now, if I log in, what did I change? I changed few things, but okay, I can try to, let me log in with another character. Okay, not that one, because I want to see if we have an issue with the perceptions of the NPC on me, or if we have an issue with the specific character, or if it's something else. So as long as I'm here in the selection window, it looks like there is no big issue. Wow. That's as soon as I clicked on login, huh? Wow. Okay. We have another unknown issue. We have another unknown issue. Connection, blah, blah, blah. Notify accepted connection. Added client connection. Control server word main, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let me disable the NPC and see if this is fixing the problem. So there may be that there is some NPC which is not. We can also say yes and just load Crestal, not loading the Rivnak. There could be another option to see if maybe it's the Rivnak which is generating issues. Hello to hello Sway, welcome. We reached 30 Patreons, so we are 30 now, which is pretty cool. Yesterday someone named Ziara pledged, and so we are 30 Patreon now. Maybe it's the willingness to access the alpha, but the alpha is not released yet. I mean, we should release it. Actually, I was thinking I could release it yesterday already, but anyway, if it's not today, it's anyway in a few days. I mean, we are pretty much in the right spot. So, but as soon as I click on login, when I have NPC on, is the server is crashing, which is a fairly bad crash, I would say. Also, the crash is not in our code, but is in the Unreal Engine code, so it's not related to our code. Is the server up or what? Okay, it was the Hidla level, which took quite a bit to be loaded. Okay, seems to be... Okay, seems to be on now. So I will try to log in and see if it doesn't crash now with no NPC loaded. I think I can reduce the number of maps anyway, because at the moment we are... yeah, you see? Like this, it works. So... even if we had a problem with... because I think I managed to log in, right? But this was before activating the NPC. Yeah. Okay. So we have a problem, but you know, we will solve it somehow, as usual. So let me try to disable... no, let me try to do two things. First, I want to reduce the number of maps, otherwise our iterations will take too much time, and it's not a good idea. So I want to reduce the number of maps drastically, otherwise every time I launch the server it takes 2 minutes and it's not helping us. Okay, so we will leave only the Hidla map. Actually, if we are at the moment with that character, we are on BD Road 2, I think. Yeah, so I think BD Road 2 I need to keep. The Hidla map we can keep, and we can keep the podium map, and all the rest we're gonna delete it. Okay, so now we should start definitely a bit quicker. There are still some heavy maps, but there are few, and so now what I want to see if by removing this guy, the horse is not crashing. So I will go to spawn rule 0. Well, I can remove them all. Let's remove them all 1 second and see. So no NPC will be spawned, but the NPC flag is on, because I will put repopulate NPC to true, which is the condition that is making him crash for whatever reason. And now we will restart the server and the client. Yeah, that is exactly, you know, the testing piece that is taking time in any software development. When you basically have everything done, but you start to test the stuff all together. So in our case, with NPC, with items, with the real production data, and stuff starts to not work anymore. Okay, let me see if now... okay, so now we log in. So I would say that the problem may be one of those two guys. Let me just check one thing, because I remember that we did some changes to the Rivnak character, and I want to be sure that that Rivnak character is compiling. Let me see. It's compiling with warnings, but I think that is okay because we have just the input access. Yes. And the model seems to be fine. Okay. Okay, yeah, I don't see any issue with this. So let's try to, anyway, remove him and keep only Crestal, right? And keep only Crestal in the game. So we remove them. And we will try now to start again and see if we get the crash. It's a very weird crash. I don't get it too much. Also because he's trying to clean the memory from not used NPC. And he's crashing while doing so, which, I mean, it's his own function, so he should really not crash. It worked. Okay. It worked. Okay. It worked, which is weird. Okay, so let's go with the Rivnak. So we will go only with the Rivnak. But the Rivnak seems to be fine because it's animating okay and is not giving any compile errors. So in theory, should not be a problem at all. Hello, Hula. We are testing the alpha release and seeing if everything works. So now it worked also with Ularino N. Then what the hell is it? Or just a random crash or what? Now it's working. I don't know. What the hell is going on? Okay, so let me enable both. Okay, I'm going to enable both. And we are going to test again. So here in theory, we are in the same situation of before when it was crashing, apart from the maps, okay? Apart from the maps, because I deleted the maps to start up quicker. Right? Seems to be working. Wow. Okay. Okay. So is the maps? So then are the maps that are giving him trouble? I mean, I can restore the maps. It's no problem. You know, I think that now it will not crash anymore. We'll just continue to work forever. Sometimes it happens like this. which is something completely unknown, which is memory corruption or whatever. But let's see. So now I have all the maps again, so it will take a bit to load the server because I have again all the maps, and we are exactly in the same situation as before because I just re-enable both the NPC and I have my repopulate NPC to true. So we are exactly in the same position, right? Now it may be a map, so maybe we should try to open up all the maps. But we did it on production. I mean, we did it on the Linux machine and we didn't get any errors, so it's kind of weird. But as long as we don't get it in production, I don't care actually. So if it's working for the players, I think it's okay. And if it's only happening here sometimes randomly, I mean, obviously there is something, but because otherwise it would not crash, right? But I mean, for sure we are not finishing the memory because memory we still have like 10 gig available, and I guess we are not finishing the disk space. We have 10 gig available, so which may be, you know, limit cases in which the server may go crazy. I mean, we may also do a first test just without NPC, because I think anyway that is already a pretty good test, you know, having the people loaded in. Okay, so now I'm going to log in again. And boom. Okay, so the difference are the maps. So when I have all the maps loaded, something bad is happening. Okay. When I have all the maps loaded and repopulate NPC on, even if my two guys are on the main map, right? So the two NPC that I'm loading are both on the main map. And so the question is, what is going on the other maps? So what we could check is if of all the maps, the problem is that I downloaded them now all, and so the date is the date. So the latest fix is there has been a fix on Abnadair, a fix on BD out, and a fix again in Abnadair. Okay, we can see if we can open up the map properly. I assume yes, but let's try. Let's try to load up that map in the client. I'm the 020402, this one. Let's see if we have any issue in loading this map. It's asking me to save the other one, but I don't care, so The map seems to load fine. So it seems there are no particular issues. Apart from compiling a million of shaders, but it's okay. The map is loading fine. It's a pretty big map for sure, so it may be an issue. We have some Z fighting here. Some very evident Z fighting in this area. Like if there are two houses, one on top of each other, or something like that. I don't know. No, it's not two houses on top of each other, but I think that some of these polygons are laid out in a weird way, so with no space between each other or something. Yeah, probably. But anyway, apart from that, which I don't think is the issue anyway. Oh, look at the view by night. Very nice. Very, very nice. Now, since this map is okay, I don't know, we did some changes to the maps. And then I updated my BD road. But the BD road, the one where there is the village, is the one that we loaded anyway. So that one seems not to be the problem. Okay, we can try to remove maybe this Amnadair map and see, or maybe resave it, because maybe it's just a matter of... But let me try to delete this map and launch it again and see if at least we can identify if there is a specific map that is giving us the issue. By the way, why there are two maps? Amnadair X3Y9 and Amnadair X4. Maybe this one is only the wall. Yeah, probably. Okay, let me remove this one and start it again and see if we can get some... If we can get some meaningful tests, because at the moment we are a bit in the dark with this crash. I can search it, I can Google it more, but also, why is happening only when you have the NPC flag on, right? Memory management. I would be interested to know what... Yeah, there is a global function automatically checks if an object pointer is not null and not pending kill, which is this is valid low level. So it seems that he's checking this on some object, and it is making it crash, right? So this is what is happening to us. We can start it also in debug mode and see if we can identify which is the object that is doing this. Assuming that we can see it. Because anyway, it is memory management, and memory management is not the cleanest code to decompile or to, let's say, to debug, right? Okay, let me see. Now we are without the Amnadair map. It crashes anyway. It crashes anyway. Okay, let me try to launch the server in debug mode and see if it still crashes also in debug mode. Yeah, let me try this. Because maybe maybe it's just one map that is not properly saved or not properly initialized. Seems kind of weird to me, but okay. I mean, what I don't understand is why it's happening only when I enable NPC respawn. When I enable NPC respawn. What? Ah, yes. I cannot launch the debug with the client open because it needs to recompile some DLLs anyway, and those DLLs are used by the client, so we need to Assassin's Creed Valhalla. We need to okay, so now the server is started in debug. Now we will try to simulate the same crash and see what the hell is going on here. What the hell is going on? Okay, there are some breakpoints. We don't care at the moment. Server is still loading. Server is still loading, so I need to wait. So there is one map that is fucking up things, or is the total amount of memory used which is fucking up things. I don't know which of the two. I hope it's the first one. Because if the total memory that is fucking up things is a bit scary. Definitely a bit scary. Okay, so the server is up and ready. So now in theory it should crash. Even if it's different, launching it in debug mode and launching it normally. So it may crash only when launched normally. Yeah, exactly. This is what it's doing. No. It did it. I did it. Okay, nice. Okay. It did it. It did it. Is valid low level fast. So now we need to understand, you know, from this, if we can in any way understand what current object is. A current object seems to be undefined at this level. Why I cannot see why? Is the wall object that is fucked up? I mean, is the wall is valid low level fast? No, but where is that? Handle token stream object reference. So he's trying to, it seems that he's trying to stream something. Perform reachability analysis. In this array, there are 10,000 objects. So, trying to understand which one is it will not be very easy, boys. It's 10,000 objects. It's 10,000 objects. Okay. For function analysis, list of object with reference should be collected. Collect reference on a single thread. Object reference for array structure. Object serialize. Process object array. Basically, it's going through this, but you know, trying to understand what it's doing is not very easy. GCRT array object. We are dealing with an array object reference. It's taking, look at this, look at this. Holy shit. So it's a T array of pointers to U object, which is actually a pointer itself, right? It's actually a pointer itself, and then this whole thing gets augmented by the offset of the reference info plus the stack entry data, and all of this is used as a pointer into a reference array, and then this is passed to this function, which is blowing up, basically, which is blowing up. Nice problem to have. Okay, I think we can delete one map at a time and see if we reach a place where it is not crashing, because at the moment from this debug I have absolutely no idea, like zero idea. Also, I don't understand how this thing is being called. Considering that is not here, is probably one of the initialization of this function. Interesting. Okay. I think this one will be a nice one. Huh? This one will be a very nice one. I mean, again, we could ignore it if we see that anyway the shipping build is working fine, but I have the feeling that something is probably not gonna work anyway. So I think there is something. I mean, if it's crashing like that, which is a pretty bad crash, I think there is something. I think there is. So what we should do, let's try to delete, you know, all the maps from 12 to 6, right? And do it again. And see if he's still doing it. He's doing it very consistently. So I'm saying, so I'm thinking that is at least reproducible, right? We can reproduce this crash continuously. So is at least reproducible, which is important, because if you cannot reproduce it, you have no chance to catch it. Okay, so now we have about 20 maps less. I'm really interested to know what is it. If we ever find it out, I'm really interested to know. Really, really, really. Because it's a very weird bug. Okay, let's wait. Let's wait for the server to be up and running. At the moment it's still loading maps. When we are in debug mode, the crash takes a bit more time, so we see the we are teleported actually into the world, and so we see for a second the blue sky, while before it was not happening. Okay. It crashed anyway. You know what I'm scared of is the amount of levels that is messing up with him. Is not the, even if he's crashing always in the same. Let me see. We crashed in a different place. We crashed in a different place actually, because before we were crashing in the array thingy. Low level fast. Oh no, is it array for object? No, it's the same. It's exactly the same. Okay, it's exactly the same. Okay, so we are gonna continue this. So we are reducing the maps again. We are reducing the maps again and trying to reach the point where it's not crashing anymore. So I'm deleting from 5 to 1, let's say. I'm keeping the 0. From 5 to 1. And we are launching it again. I'm really thinking deeply of what it can be. But I cannot imagine a case where you have like in two maps the same object which is then getting crazy, or I cannot figure a case where this may happen if this is just a standard garbage collection of Unreal Engine, right? So why one of these objects should be invalid, and also why only when I'm logging in. Maybe we can wait a bit without logging in and see why only when I'm logging in. Because my login doesn't do much. I mean, my login, when I log in, the server is just knowing that there is a new player on and it's just teleporting. So it's creating my object. Yes, it's creating my character object, right? But I mean, it's not doing much. I mean, it's not that he's going to reload everything or... And I think it's pretty evident that it's happening only when I'm logging in, because it's exactly when I click, you know. Unless I can let a bit of time go. I can wait a bit. I can wait a bit just to see if the server is crashing by itself without me logging in. But the no, it didn't crash. It's still going. Let's wait 1 minute, okay? Let's wait 1 minute. And see if any of the, because he's doing stuff, obviously. He's moving, for example, he's moving the cow characters, he's moving the Cormy characters, he's changing the time of the day. I mean, he's doing stuff. It's definitely doing stuff. At the moment, it's not crashing. Okay. Let me log in now. I waited enough, so the timing should be different. Yeah, you see, as soon as I click, it crashes immediately. 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 Is it something on my character? But no, because it depends on the maps. We have seen that it was not crashing with last maps. Boom, 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 boom. Why this guy is this side, by the way? Okay, we deleted a significant amount of maps. Oh my god, this epic thing that is starting up all the time. We deleted a significant amount of maps. Now we are still left with the 0 map. We can delete all these ones. Maybe let me delete that one and the caves. I think the caves are never used, but let me delete those ones, the caves and the black flame, just to go a bit with 50-50 chance every time, which is the best algorithm to find the problem in the shortest time. Hello, Zero Gamer. Welcome to the stream. In the C++ source game, can I use C#? Unreal Engine is using C++, so you cannot use C#. But Unreal Engine has also a blueprint scripting mechanism, which is like a programming language, visual programming language. And if you want, you can use the visual programming language to program. So you don't need to know C++ 100%, but you can use the embedded scripting system. I have to say that it's better if you know C++, but it's not required, let's say. Depending on the game you want to do, because if the game you want to do, for example, is a mobile game or is a arcade simple game or puzzle game, definitely you will not need C++, I would say. If your game is a bit more complex, then yes, you will need it. Boom. Wow. As soon as I freaking click, it crashes. That is insane anyway. Never seen something like that. Never seen something like that. Yeah, it's timed out. He's Italian? No, I don't think he's Italian. Anyway, if you are Italian, Zero, you can type in Italian. It's fine. Okay, timed out. Okay, so now we are gonna check. So the maps that we have left are not too many, because we tested with the minimum set of maps and it was not crashing. So now we need to go really. So let's delete all the OSHA, right? All the OSHA maps, which I don't know if they've been touched recently or not. I think it's one map that is probably not loading up properly, or is one map that has some crazy stuff into it. I don't know, I have no idea. But I'm very surprised that we are getting this error. So at the moment I have no other technique than doing what I'm doing. Right? The latest map changed is Amnader, which we already deleted. Then there is some changes by me or by Tua on the BD road and on the main Hitler map, but I'm not expecting these maps to actually be an issue, you know? Ah, sei italiano. Ah, allora è molto più facile, possiamo parlarci in italiano. So you started a project as an MMO. Wow. You want to do an MMO? Doing an MMO is tough, my friend. You need to have a large team. You need to have thousands of hours of time. But if I can help you, or I mean, in any questions, I can answer. Se posso aiutarti in qualche modo, puoi farmi una domanda, volentieri ti rispondo. I just repeated in Italian what I said in English. So we deleted the wall Ojaveda. Is it something that is spawning in Oja? No, I mean, maybe there is something weird. Boom, insta crash. Insta crash. I mean, if it's the podium map, but insta crash. Look at this. As soon as I click, it crashes. It's insane. Okay. Okay. So it's not the Ojaveda maps. This is one of the problems that, you know, you do this test. I've been in this situation already many times. Doing this test, you know, reaching the point where it doesn't, and you go back where it does, and it doesn't do it anymore. And then maybe you restart your PC and everything works, you know. I've been in this position already so many times, and okay, let's delete the Driken plane and Goog. Okay, Driken plane and Goog, and let's redo the test. You may ask yourself, what the hell is the Driken plane? That would be a good question. That would be a good question. What the hell is the Driken plane? Is it a map? Strange. Yes, everything is under control. At least we pretend to. Log in. It didn't crash. It seems it didn't crash. Okay. Okay. So Driken plane or Goog. Easy. Can I get back only the Driken plane or Goog? Can I, instead of doing update and having to delete everything else, can I? Yes, because if I do commit and then I select the Driken plane and I do revert, in theory should copying them back. Yes, it did it. Yay. Okay, so now we have the Driken in. It's way. Zwei. No, un ragazzo mi ha detto che... I will translate what you say in English, okay? A guy told me that one time they presented their project to Epic Games and they will provide us the servers. I'm not very convinced on that. And so I decided to code the server myself. They are asking me to program everything in the engine, even without Visual Studio. No, but the issue, you are mixing things. Stai facendo un po' confusione fra due cose. Sorry, I will go in Italian for a second because it's easier, ok? Stai facendo un po' confusione fra due cose, cioè una cosa è, la parte server e la parte client del tuo gioco, ok? Quindi tu hai la parte server e hai la parte client. La parte server deve stare su un hardware, no? Quindi devi avere un serverino. No? Devi avere un server per gestirla. Comunque tu stia programmando il tuo gioco, no? A meno che non sia un gioco single player che gira solo su, ma se è un morp, come hai detto, no? Quindi un serverino devi avercelo, dell'hardware devi avercelo. Ora, come tu implementi la parte client o server del tuo gioco è un'altra scelta, no? È una cosa completamente diversa, cioè tu stai dicendo io posso decidere se implementare con C++ oppure se posso implementare con i blueprint all'interno inside Unreal Engine, no? Quindi tu hai queste due ipotetiche scelte, no? Una o l'altra, ma quest'una o l'altra non fa nessuna differenza con il setup hardware, cioè il setup hardware tu ce lo devi avere comunque. Serverino. Yeah, serverino. Ok, so we restarted with the Draken Plane. È chiaro cosa ti ho detto? So basically the way you implement the game has not an impact on the hardware you need to provide. You need to provide an hardware anyway. Now, the other thing that you said is that Unreal Engine may provide you servers. Okay, so there is a program that you may want to apply, which is the Unreal Engine Dev Grants. Unreal Engine Dev Grants. There is a program that allows you to submit your project. Right? I can give you the link if you want. There is a program that allows you to submit your project, and Unreal Engine will provide you funding, right? It's not a very easy program to enter, but maybe you are lucky and you will enter. I tried to enter, I didn't enter. I tried 2 times. But basically what you need to fill in is to fill in your your personal information, data, and why you need the funding, and then do a bit of a presentation of your project. And every year they release some grants. I tried, but it's not that easy to get in. Zwei. Hello, Zwei. Okay, so the Draken plane is the one that is crashing. Which is interesting. So we need to open the Draken plane level. Spoilers. Spoilers alert. Spoilers alert. I don't think it will be anything so Spoilerino. Spoilerino! Spoiler alert. Meh, 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 meh. Meh, meh. Okay. I did the spoiler alert, so it's up to you. I think I know already why. Probably he did it with a previous or future version of the engine and he saved it, and now my engine cannot open it. Okay, so let's see what is going on with this map. The funny thing that is not happening on the Linux machine though. I don't know. Drakenplane. Well, opening, it opens. Wow, this thing is super trippy. It's super trippy. I like it. But can I walk on this? So why this thing should be why this thing should be problematic for our engine? Well, there are 2-point lights. There are some portals. There are some paths, which I don't know exactly how they are made. These are static meshes? What do you mean static meshes? What do you mean static meshes? I mean real static meshes? Ah, real static meshes. Okay. Then there are 2-point line, and then there is this thing, box reflection capture, box transition distance, reflection source map. I think I need Sway. But I can just resave the level and see if this is helping in any way, you know? Let me try to just resave it. And can we build your back Sway? Okay, so for some reason the level that is generating the crashes is the Drakenplane. Now, by the way, I never opened it. I think it looks very nice. I like this trippy. I like these trippy things. So as soon as I log in, the server is automatically crashing. But even if I'm not going here, which is weird, you know, I'm not going in this place at all. But if I have the map, so what I was trying, so I was trying to check what is in this thing, and I wanted to ask you, what is this box reflection capture? Capture component. It seems that you are trying to capture another scene, like a mirror, like you wanted to have like a mirror thing, like the people get confused because it's a mirror, or but I mean, let me just resave it, okay, and just try to do it again, because maybe it's just the engine which is going a bit crazy, and sometimes, you know, sometimes it happens. So I'm just resaving it, launching again the So if you can tell me what is that reflection thingy, I mean, if you really use it or if I can remove it, I think would be nice. Will be nice. Things are never linear in this world. Huh? We like organic things and we are organic ourselves. So at the end, nothing is linear. I think we can leave it, but I just want to understand if it's something that, okay, so I can try to remove it and see if it doesn't do the crash, but maybe it's a bug in the engine. Okay, now we are in. So as soon as I click on login, usually this thing is GG. Or a few seconds after, let's say. Now it's working. Okay, I resaved it and it's working. But you see that he appeared for a second. I don't know if you catch that, but he appeared, Drickenplane appeared for a second. I don't know why sometimes we have these levels which are kind of appearing for a millisecond. Like sometimes I see the guild houses, right? Sometimes I see, so I don't know if it's because we are like teleporting. Fuck, no, it crashed. Shit. No, it crashed anyway. It crashed anyway. Okay. I was already happy that a save would fix it. But no. Fuck. It crashed anyway, so the save didn't help. Also, I don't know if a save is actually changing anything, but I think it should, because usually when you save, yeah, you see it changed the map. It changed the map. I don't know if when we are, you know, spawning our character, let me try to express a concept. So let's assume that is the wall, that is the whole world, okay? There is the whole set of maps, everything. And maybe here we have one map, here we have another map, here we have another map, here we have another map, and maybe here we have the podium map, which is the one that we use on the character selection. I don't know if our character is somehow, when I say go here, is somehow, you know, teleporting, but with a, I mean, actually going through the places. Because, you know, there is no reason why, you know, there is no reason why I should see the maps for a second while loading. I mean, there is no absolutely no reason. But anyway, it's crashing. Okay, let me try to remove the reflection box, just because it's a weird item and maybe it's doing something. I don't know. I have no other ideas at the moment. Basically, this level is making the server crash. Is there any blueprint that you added to the level? Like, is there anything I can check it? If there is anything that is getting created or destroyed in the level? Maybe the location is wrong, unless the other maps are too close. Yeah, maybe. But even if they are close, I mean, in theory, the maps could be one on top of the other if we care, if we want, right? So there should be no real rule. You can make one map on top of the other, I guess. But is crashing like if some object is getting destroyed and is not getting fully destroyed, right? I know it sounds weird, but Let me see if they are touching each other. Let me see if one is on top of the other. So the actual Riken plane is here. And the podium map, what is the podium map? And the podium map is 1,000,000 kilometers down there. So it's super far. So it's super far. Like I cannot even see the plane. So I mean, the only weird thing is this. Riken mirror plane. Riken path. Let me check if there is anything in the level. I mean, let me open just the level itself. Okay, 1 second. Let me open the level itself. Let me see if maybe it doesn't have any relation at the end. So that's one of the problematic parts. Let me see if there is anything in the level blueprint. I don't think you changed it, but let me just check. No, you didn't change anything in the level blueprint. There is no functions, no variables, no anything. Okay, there is only this box reflection capture. There is this level bounds, which I don't know exactly what you are doing with this level bounds, but I think it's okay. This level bounds as a box collision component. Yes, a box component. Then there are 2 lights. Okay, let me try to remove the reflection, okay, and see if this reflection, but I think is an engine bug. I mean, whatever you have put in the level, you know, you should not affect the server operations. I mean, there's no reason why you should crash. There is no reasonable reason why. And the funny part is that it is happening only if I enable NPC respawn, which is crazy. Without NPC respawning, is not crashing. The map is not crashing. Is it in 000? Is the location of this in 00? Yes. Okay, that's a good point. Is very close to 00. It's 7 meters from 0 and is 18 centimeters from 0 and is minus 58 from 0. So okay, that is a very good finding. So this means that it's not the level itself, but maybe some NPC are not getting loaded properly and they are defaulting their position to 000, and then this level is getting loaded to host them, or anyway they are interacting with this level somehow, and so that's why it's crashing. But yes, this level is centered in 000. Okay, that's a good finding, I think, because we could even just move it maybe and it will not happen. You know, but still it means that we have some NPC spawning, even if I have NPC spawning off, which is kind of weird. But anyway, let me try to log in now. Yeah, we are crashing immediately anyway. Wow, that is I think the easiest for us will be just to move the map. But the question is, why this is even happening? Why this is even happening? So why when I do NPC through, because that's the issue, right? When I say that NPC should respawn, right? The thing that I do is that I go through all the NPC in the there should be a repopulate NPC somehow. Yes, repopulating NPC. So I want to understand what I'm doing there, because the level itself should not make any difference. The level itself should not make any difference, boys. So repopulating NPC, right? Now I create this nice character pointer character data list null. Okay, that is already kind of annoying. And then I'm trying to load all the characters NPC and spawn them. Okay. Let me stop this. By the way, I should not use null, but I should use null pointer in general. The problem is that the code is coming from an older version of C++, and so that's where it is. Load all the data of NPC and spawn them. So character list we are putting into this thing. Character loader, load all NPC data. Okay, and I have 2 NPC only, right, at the moment. So I have 2 NPC only. So if I remove all the NPC, so for each NPC found, because I think the NPC is created and then is teleported. So I don't know if in the creation is anyway going to 0, 0, 0. I mean, it should not do it, but entity manager create NPC. Entity manager create NPC. Wow, I have three different methods to create NPC, but I think they pretty much I think they pretty much at the end go in the same place. But here is the one with the ID and what? Okay, so there is not executed. So actually we are executing this one. So we create a new APS character. Do we get this error anywhere in the log? I don't think so. No, because here we are creating 2 NPC. One is Crestal and another is the Rivnak, Ularino. I don't know if it's the way I create them which is fucking up with the 000 location. We're not doing much here anyway. We're not doing much. What is this thing? Update proxy lists for sure should be off as a default. This one I'm pretty sure is true. Holy shit. This is not a good idea. Because this is not a good idea, because I see here that there is some old code. There is some old code that has not been cleared out. Now, maybe it has nothing to do with the problem, but we have this thing, you see? If update proxy list, okay, let me remove this line, which should absolutely not be there. Is a leftover. And this one is acting on bad memory because this thing is not initialized for sure. That's an old thing that should not exist. But okay, let me, because we are in a case of some memory corruption, you know, and that line, if he's getting executed, may generate trouble. Created NPC. Do we go through that? Created NPC? No. Then how do we create this thing? So we are not going through this? Okay, if you're not going through this, then I don't know. We are going through what? We said that we go through repopulate NPC, right? And repopulate NPC was calling entity manager create NPC with a parameter which is my APS character pointer. So I should have in my entity manager, is this one? I'm a bit confused, boys. Huh? I'm a bit confused. Probably it's this one then. And we are not doing anything. Yeah, I think it's this one. So no, that line doesn't make any difference because we are actually not executing it. But the whole thing is executed inside of this. Spawn actor. Let me see if we spawn it in a good position or if we spawn it like, yeah, actually we spawn it in a good position because we are taking the spawn location. directly from the yes. Now we spawn it properly. Let me see if any of these two guys has a wrong location. Okay, maybe they have a wrong location. No, they have a good location. They have a good location. Se vuoi ti passo un link per consultare il sistema usato per NPC. No, il nostro sistema è ormai completamente sviluppato, quindi non lo cambiamo. Però se vuoi. Ma non cambiamo il nostro sistema di NPC. Okay, so let's say that I don't know exactly what is happening, and I think that we don't have the time to go through that too much. So let me just try to move the maps, not in 000, and see if that helps. Okay. Because at the moment anyway, we are not going through that map. So let me try to do that just to see if is a clash between the position and. Wait, I think that these windows kind of went all the way. So let me try to restore. Is everything closed? Yes. Let me try to revert these changes. So I would just restore the map as it was before. Okay, but I'm gonna move it. Right? Because anyway, we are not using that map at the moment. So let me move it. Can I move it from here, or I have to move it from the main world? Do I have, Zwei, I don't know if you're listening. Do you know if I have to move it from the world composition, or if I have to move it in another way? Because I think I never. By the way, also the guild houses are in 000. That is interesting, though. It seems that the guild houses are actually overlapping with this other map. That could be a problem. I mean, I don't know, maybe. But can I just move it and it will automatically move it, or what? $84 meters. Okay, so here we are inside a guild house. Yes, he moved it anyway. He moved it. I moved it a bit, but I don't think that is. I mean, that should not really make a difference. Do we have any other stuff around 000 that I'm going to clash again, or? Because I don't want to clash. I mean, if I can move it a bit more, I would like to move it a bit more, but I don't know if I'm then gonna clash with other stuff that is around. Okay, let me, I think Zwei is not here at the moment. Let me just try to save it like this. And Guildhouse stamp, I didn't touch it. Okay, but if he wants to save it, I guess if we want to save it, let's save it. I moved the other level actually, but he wants to save the Guildhouse level. Okay. Okay. Okay, let me also ensure that we don't have any weird. No, okay, we don't have it. Okay, so let me launch it again now. And see if moving the position away from 0, 0 is. But why this 0, 0 is even happening? I don't get. So I think Unreal Engine World Composition 0, 0 position is not very easy to. We never find it that way, I guess. There is an issue. Loading VMAP files just loading the work composition does not reset actor to origin. The actor I don't know. They fixed it the 5th of May, whatever it was. As cannot reproduce. Okay. Easy. Easy cannot reproduce. Boys, I don't know. We can just delete the map. If it doesn't work this way, we'll just delete the map. Anyway, we are not using it for the moment. So we can delete it. Boom. It crashes anyway. It crashes anyway, boys. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to catch this thing. I don't know what to say. Moving it made no difference. I can just for fun, remove what's inside, but I don't think there is any reason why it should crash, I don't think there is any reason why it should crash, but I can delete all the object inside and see if it does it anyway. Just for a test, I can go here and delete. No, wait. Let me open it directly. I don't know why there should be any. Let me delete this box reflection capture. Let me delete this level bounds. So these are only meshes. So I don't think it may crash on meshes. I mean, now we can crash on meshes. But anyway, let's do one more test and then I delete completely what's inside the level, and then we and then we delete the level. And we don't get this error. We don't get this error if we don't respawn the NPC, which is completely stupid. I mean, it's not logical, you know, that NPC are gonna do a difference. Is it crashing or not? Is it not crashing? It is not crashing. I removed the reflection box and the level bounds. It crashed now. I think this thing is random, boys. Unfortunately, I think this thing is random. I think it's nothing to do with that level, probably. I think it's nothing to do with that level. I think he has nothing to do with that level. I think he has nothing to do. I think in our test, we did it too quick. And we thought that it would be this level. But I think it has nothing to do. Maybe. I don't know. Because the garbage collector is basically, for the one of you that don't know, is a way to clean up the memory from the objects that are no more in use. And is run, you know, regularly by the engine to clean up whatever is in the... I deleted the level and I think now it will crash anyway. It is my thought. It will probably crash anyway. Because before, you know, I didn't wait. I was just coming up to here and I was saying, oh, it's not crashing, you know? I was not waiting. So now we will wait and we will see if... Yes, you see? It crashed again. So it's not that map. It has nothing to do with that map. Nothing to do. Okay, there is another map which is in 000, which is the guild houses. Which is the guild houses, because it's exactly in 000 as well. I don't know if he has an influence, but at this point we are pretty much in the dark. No! No! Our theories completely crashed. Our theories completely crashed, like vaporized into nothingness. It was a good theory, huh? Because it was the fault of Zwei, so it was a good theory by itself, but but no, it's not his fault. It's not his fault. So now we removed also the guild houses. We just need to wait because the garbage collector is running randomly. So when it reaches a certain amount of memory utilized, it's running, so it's running a bit when he wants. You can stop at any time. I don't know if it's happening only on the podium map or is happening also when then I load into the game. But boom. Wow. Okay, let me do another thing though. Let me try to see if when I launch it and I go away from the selection screen, so if I go really into the game, right? If I go into the game, because now also the theory of the repopulate NPC may be wrong, because we just didn't wait enough. We just didn't wait enough time for the problem to pop up, right? So I think our theory may not be right. I've been in this place already a few times, and it's not a good place to be. It's not a good place to be. Where you have a random bag on memory corruption is not nice. This is a different one, huh? This is a different one. If object and object is pending kill, what he's trying to do here is trying to save he's trying to serialize an object over the network. Legal name. Replicate actor. He's trying to replicate an actor. Which actor is trying to replicate? Rivnak actor. Okay, he's trying to replicate the Rivnak. is trying to replicate the Rivnak, and it's trying to replicate its properties, but this thing is null. He's trying to replicate his properties, but this thing is null. Okay. Okay. I think we understood that we need to wait a bit. Okay. If we don't wait a bit, we are doing a fake test. So let me remove the Rivnak from the picture 1 second. So the Rivnak will not be spawned. I didn't understand exactly what he was trying to replicate, but definitely he was trying to replicate the Rivnak, and some of his properties were null, and he was doing a check just to be sure that they were not, and he was crashing while doing that check. You know, so she's a kind of a weird place to be, but it is kind of where we are. The problem of yesterday was already tough enough. I hope that, you know, we could just release without another problem of those, but seems not, so okay. Okay, let's wait, just wait a bit here. But it crashed in a very different place. It crashed in a, not in the garbage collector anymore. It crashed in the replication, so it's a very, very different place. So I don't know how we can, you know, relate the two tests. I don't think we can. Come on. Let me go and play. I mean, now Crystal is present, but the Rivnak is not. So at least one NPC is here. And he's not crashing. Do we have the Draken plane here or not? No, we don't have it. And we don't have the guild house. But I don't think that those are really making any difference. But at the moment it's not crashing. At the moment is At the moment, it's not crashing. I like the fact that we can sit. Okay, the moment is not crashing. So is it really the Rivnak then? Or is it a combination of the Rivnak with the levels, with whatever else? I don't know. I'm going crazy here. It didn't crash. The only difference is the Rivnak. I can put back the level. Let's put back the levels. And just keep the Rivnak out. Let's put back all the levels. Fuck it. Even if it take a lot to load. But at least we have the full set. Now why the Rivnak should have an issue? I don't think it's even the Rivnak, by the way. I think it's just a random memory fucking up due to something else. Due to something else. Due to something else. So there is probably something that is not initialized the proper way or is not used the proper way and is messing up with our memory, and our memory gets corrupted, and then after some time, kind of randomly, you know, the garbage collector is trying to access that memory to clean it, and it's finding the problem. But the fact that it's the garbage collector doing it is not really a strong indication for us, you know, because we don't know where that is coming from. So that's the problem. I think that's the problem we are having now. And it's not deleting the map that makes that I think that makes the solution. I mean, that solves the problem. I don't think it's deleting the map that solves the problem. I think we need some music. It is Castlevania. Just check one thing because it doesn't have the information. Okay, so now server is up with all the maps. It's still loading. Still loading. Yeah, with all the maps it takes a lot of time. It's still requesting all the maps. Now we don't have the Rivnak in, but we have all the maps. think it should be up now. Let's wait a bit to see what happens. Maybe it's really the Rivnak. But I don't know. Maybe it's really the Rivnak. But I think when we do the test now, we should really wait a bit, because this garbage collection is like acting a bit as he wants, you know? It's not automatically triggered at a certain point. For now, it's not crashing. I don't know. I'm still loading in, but why it takes so much time to load in, by the way? Wow. Took like forever, but no, it looks pretty evident that at the moment it's not crashing. Okay, we will do the test one more time, because we want to be 100% sure, but we will do the test one more time. Even if it takes a bit, I don't care. I don't care. So the only difference this time is that we will add the Rivnak in. Right? We will add the Rivnak in. I think we waited enough this time, right? So we waited enough in the game, we moved a bit, we teleported. Hello, Filthy Remake. Welcome. I know why I hired someone to fix my C++ crashing. He found that we were using delete on a real object and makes garbage collection crashing. Yes, that's a very good point, by the way. You should never use delete on Unreal Engine objects, because Unreal Engine is garbage collecting the stuff himself. Unfortunately, we still have delete. I think in many places in our code, just because it's coming from another engine. So if I search delete, I think I will find it. Now, I think it's used only when we like I mean, like in this case, you see how many delete we have? I think we have delete pretty much everywhere. The problem is that sometimes we are deleting our own objects, and so if they are our own object, I think it's fine. But if we are deleting Unreal objects, we should not do it. So like deleting item is fine, but if I would delete container, this would not be fine, because this is not a real object, I think, right? Yes, this is. So, I mean, I could do a pass on all our code, all the delete, but there are like hundreds, so I don't know if I can really do it. But that's a very good point, huh? That's exactly what may cause this kind of issue. Now, is not the issue that we are experiencing now, because the issue we are experiencing now is on a creation more than on a deletion. But yes, but it's very similar. It's very similar. Very similar. Extremely similar. For sure. So we need to... Okay, server is up anyway. Okay, now we have the Rivnak in. Now we have the Rivnak in. Log in. Insta crash. Okay, I think we can say that it's the Rivnak now. I mean, we tested it 3 times, with and without, and when the Rivnak is in, we are crashing automatically. So I would say, I mean, it may be chance, you know, that it's crashing only when we have the Rivnak in. It may be chance, but at this point, I'm pretty convinced. Now, what is the difference of the Rivnak compared to the Kran character? The main difference is that the Rivnak is not using ALS, but still is derived from an ALS base class. So it may be that some of the code of ALS is fucking up. The following dry location and limited free space. I have 4 giga. Okay, man, I know. I will buy a new SSD. So let me see this Rivnak guy. Why? But we opened it already, right? We opened it already and it was looking okay. Because we opened it like half an hour ago, right? Before doing all the other tests. And we checked that. And we checked that it was okay. Right? Event tick, parent tick.
I will find a way to set things right.
Thank you, Tassadar. This is very needed. Ah no, sorry, Zeratul. Thank you, Zeratul. It's very needed. Help me. Help me with your superpowers. I mean, this tick is calling the parent tick, but which is probably the only thing that may fuck up few things. But I think that most importantly, I mean, there is some code inside this guy. There is code. There is code inside this guy. But you know what I want to do? Because I have a theory. I have a theory in mind. I have a theory. And And this theory says that is not the Rivnak, but is any NPC which is not ALS based but is derived from ALS anyway. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take this guy and which is now a Rivnak, right? And we are gonna make him another monster, whatever monster we want. I think we're gonna make him the Trapper, which we like a lot. We're gonna make him a 29. We're gonna make him a 29. We're gonna make him a 29. And so now, in game, I think we don't need all the maps, by the way, but let's keep all the maps just for just to avoid changing too many variables at the same time. But now there is another character which is not ALS based because it's not a humanoid and is using anyway ALS as a basis because all our classes are derived from ALS based character. And so I want to see if this is messing up. The only strange thing is that we tested combat. Yeah, but we tested combat with the Kran. We never, well, we tested combat also with monsters, but that was quite some time ago. So it was, yeah, quite some time ago. It may be between that time and today, something happened. Something happened, my friends. But we're gonna fix it, don't worry, we're gonna fix it. Whatever it is, at the end we're gonna win. It's only a matter of time and a bit of luck and quite some intuition. Intuition is very, very important. The funny part is that it happens when I log in. So, you know, is not the server itself, but is the interaction between the server and the client when he's trying to replicate an object to me, and that object replication is getting fucked up. So it's that moment, you know, that is showing the problem. Boom. You see? Instantly. And there is another character, eh? It's not the Rivnak. It's another character. So now we do another test, okay? So that we change that character. We change that character to be an ALS based creature. So like I mean anything. We can use Dermorian male. Okay, so number 6. So this number 6 is actually ALS based, and so this means that all the functions for ALS are working properly for him. And I think that now it will not crash. That is my theory. Okay. Now, if this theory is right, well, let's see if the theory is right. But if this theory is right, it means that I don't know what it means. I need to think about it, but I think well, if this theory is right, first we have a problem, but it's not as bad as I was thinking, but definitely we have a problem because it will happen with all the monsters. It will happen with all the monsters. Yeah. The problem is that I cannot, unless ALS becomes an interface or becomes a component, you know, I cannot remove it from the, I cannot remove it from the inheritance list. Fuck you, C++. Well, C++ is helping in performance, is helping in many other ways. Scripting is slow. And is not as powerful as C++. Also, there are certain things that if you try to do with blueprints, you know, even if they are very, very big, I mean, if they start to be big, it will be impossible to follow just with all these lines on screen. I mean, okay, the test is going well for now, so meaning that using a character which is not a monster, it seems, let's wait a bit more, but it seems that it's not crashing. It seems that it's not crashing. But I think this theory is very, very likely to be the right one, huh? I think it's very, very, very likely to be the right one. So now if I teleport to him, it will not be a horse. Yes, it will be a creature, it will be a whatever. It will be a humanoid. What do you mean I'm too far away to attack? You joking? Oh shit. What do you mean I'm too far away to attack? I think here we have another problem, by the way. There is just a breakpoint. It is a breakpoint, it's not a crash. I should remove this breakpoint. I don't need it. Oh shit. Why went forward? This weapon still has collision? One second, because I think there is another problem that I'm seeing now. No, this object is not collision. The server didn't move him? Okay, anyway. There is something else, but basically there is not crashing, right? Why is colliding with me? Why this guy is colliding with me? He should not. He's colliding with me. Interesting. I think one of these characters still have the settings. Okay, that's a good thing we need to check. I think we need to check the collision. Let me just take a note. Why doors are not opening? I have no idea. They were opening. I tested him again and they were opening. Check collision of all characters. Like Dermorian female seems to collide with Dermorian male. I don't know why. It should not happen. Because we disabled collision. But anyway, it's not crashing, okay? As you can see, it's not crashing. Hello, people! Hello! As you see, it's not crashing. Okay, so the problem is, which is not an easy problem, but at least we identified why, okay? So the why is crashing is because we have so we have, sorry, I got distracted by a message. So we know that the issue is related to the actors which are not ALS based, but they still inheriting from an ALS class, right? So in particular, what I would like to see is if the... I think we can do this. Hello. Gaetano. Hello, hello. Welcome. Welcome to the channel. So one thing I want to check is that so we need to restore, you know, this guy to be one of the races that are crashing, right? In particular, the 29 is definitely, I mean, it was crashing for sure, the 29. So now what I want to see is when this character is created, I want to see which of his properties are actually null or not valid. So I think the best for me to do this is to go here, and when the character is created, let me think. Let me think where it can be. Character movement component. Character movement component. Okay, let's try this 1 second. I think that, but the character movement component should still be valid though. Should still be valid. I think what may be fucked up. I 1 second, because I'm elaborating another theory. Which is this. So all these parameters should not be replicated if the character is not a humanoid, because replicated acceleration, replicated control, desired stance, all of that will not be used. So I'm thinking if we can do an if just here. And the if I can do is if main anim instance is valid. Now I don't know if this is happening before or after. Let me remove this one. Let's try to go, yes, exactly here. So here I'm inside, I'm inside a character, which at the moment I think has no name yet, or he has a name. At the moment his main anim instance is actually null, but I don't know if this is happening before or after. Is inside preload. Is inside preload. Can I know? I would like to know. I would like to know who is this guy. But at the moment it seems he's not associated to anything. He's not associated to a blueprint yet. Okay, let me just run through it. So this one for sure has main animation instance as empty, which is one of the things that we wanted to check. Main anim instance. So this one is null at the moment for this character. Unfortunately it was null for both characters, but let me see if now that we are loading the NPC, because now we will be loading the NPC. I don't know if we are loading them before or after. No, we loaded it already. That's a problem. So I cannot detect. Okay. But I think I have an idea what to do. I have few things I can try. Now, I'm not sure they will work, but I have few things that I can try. A few things I can try. So, wait. So let me remove the map. The maps have nothing to do, zero to do with this problem. Zero. Which, by the way, makes sense, because it would really make no sense if the maps we're doing any difference here. So let me remove them so at least we can have a quicker loading. And let me restart the server, and I want to check the value of these variables for our guys. We actually went through this 2 times, and I'm pretty sure that if we look at the log, we were probably loading Crystal and the Rivnak, most likely, most certainly. Let me see the log. It is before the initialization, so we don't really know. But target ragdoll location is actually initialized to something, okay? So it's 000, it seems to be a valid value. Replicated current acceleration as well. Replicated control rotation as well. Desired guide is 1. Desired stance is 0. Desired rotation mode is 1. Desired rotation is 0. Overlay state is 0. View mode is 0. Fuck. But they are all good though. Then my theory may be not... I mean, at least not on this one. Not on these values. I thought it was one of these values, you know, to be fucked up. Well, unless we are loading... Wait, let me do F5. And let me see if we are... There's no difference here. Okay, let me see. But we do it twice, exactly twice. Now the values are the same and they seems to be all initialized. Okay. Okay, that's annoying. But we didn't yet load our guys. We didn't yet load our guys. Yes, now we loaded them. Now we loaded them. I think I need to catch, you know, I need to catch this one. I need to catch this loaded NPC. I need to catch. Good evening, Maui. Hi. How are you? I think okay, let me debug here. So which means that we will wait the full loading of the 2 characters. So we will wait the full loading of the Rivnak and of the Kran. And then we will try to understand in their properties what is actually not initialized the way it should, okay? Because I think that something, I mean, it should be one of the properties that we replicate. That is what, but it may be the movement component, you know, that we replicate. Because apart from these specific variables, we also replicate other stuff. Okay, so here we are here we are inside. If I take, if I print out name is Crystal, okay? And as you can see, the main animation instance is valid, right? It's pointing to a valid thingy, to a valid memory thing. Now, what I want to understand is if in this character there is some, for example, my character movement component, you see also this one is actually a valid one. I want to see if there is anything, mental curve, mental timeline, you know. So all of this is valid. Now we go NPC dialogue, but NPC dialogue I don't think is an issue. So now we go to the other character, which is the one that is actually not working, right? Okay, so now there is the data of the other character. The first thing that we see is that the main animation instance is null, but this is what we did by purpose, right? Because we don't want to initialize an ALS instance. But the movement component seems to be fine. The movement component is okay. The character movement is fine, the capture is fine, the mesh is fine. Replicated base movement. This one is actually null. Replicated base movement based is completely fucked up. Base movement. Is this part of the standard character? Yes, this is part of the standard character. But the movement component is fine. There are a bit of different transforms, okay, different rotations, but I don't see anything. I mean, really the only point is the main anim instance, right? Is the main anim instance, which is null, but this is the biggest difference that we have. And obviously the NPC dialogue, the invincibility. This is frozen, but I don't think it makes a difference. Para-para-pa-pow. So the main anim instance is null. We can initialize it to a valid value, but I was just trying to understand if that's really the kicker, you know. I know nothing will be replicated if there is no client connected, so it will be no crash. If true, then you will make it because replicated problem. Yeah, is for the replication, 100%. So is some part of my character which is getting replicated, and during the replication it fails because it's null or is not valid. Now I'm trying to understand what is it, and what I know is that is something that happens only for the creatures which are not using the ALS animation blueprint, right? Which are not using the ALS animation blueprint. So I'm trying to check which are the parts that are actually changed, you know, between one and the other. But this main anime instance, you know, how can this main anime instance be used? Because actually this main anime instance is not used. I mean, let me just check this main anime instance, okay? I mean, is main anime instance a component?
I will find a way to set things right.
I hope so. I really, really hope so. Because things here are getting complex. But, you know, we are used to getting complex stuff. That is derived from this main anime instance is actually a blueprint read-only, but is an ALS character anime instance. And this ULS character anime instance is derived from UAnime instance, but I don't know if it is considered the component, you know. But it is the only thing that for sure is null, and is null by purpose, because we are not using we are not using it for this character, right? We are not using this system for this character, and so it's supposed to be this way. It's supposed to be this way. I don't know if, you know, in any point that maybe he's trying to use this anime instance, or he's trying, but he should not try to replicate it. And anyway, even if it's a null pointer, I think a null pointer can be replicated. No? I think so. It's null. The problem is that if he's pointing to something weird. Like, for example, here. Here, obviously, we need an if, you know. We need an if main anime instance. Otherwise, this will just crash. But I think that our problem is not something like this. The problem is more on the replication of things. Because I don't think he's trying to roll, but So here is initializing the components. Is in. I don't know why it's initializing this one as well, but. But also this one will crash. But in theory, all this should not be called if main instance is not valid. Right? So I can make it safe, you know. I can make all this call actually safe, and I did already on many places. Basically I did it already everywhere, but I mean, I can do this everywhere, but I don't think that this is I don't think these methods are getting called. I don't think that these methods are getting called because I would like to avoid changing ALS in so many places actually, because then it will be a problem for me to maintain it. But just for this test, I want to exclude every possible crash that is coming from this thing. It's basically everywhere, you know. It's freaking everywhere. Everywhere. But I think that all these places are not called. Maybe there is one, you know, function that is getting called. Okay, I think I catch them all now. I think I catched all these points, but again, the fact that it's happening when it's replicated make me think that is a replicated attribute. And what is the stuff that is replicated? I mean, is the skeletal mesh itself, but the one should be fine. Potentially the movement component, but we have seen that the movement component is okay. Yes, my game is trying to replicate a broken property, probably, yes. Correct. It's trying to replicate something that is not the way it should be. It's trying to replicate some broken stuff. And maybe it's really trying to replicate that main instance, but main animation instance, but I think it should not, because it's not in the list of the things to replicate, so why it should replicate it? Let me do just one more check. What was the base movement thingy? Base movement. No, the base movement is empty. Is null also in the good character, so it doesn't make any difference. The only parameter that is really different is this main anime instance, which is null. And then we need null because we are not using ALS on this character, right? So, but it seems that that one may be the one that is messing up. The one may be the one. Maybe the one that is messing up. Maybe. So now we expect anyway the crash because now we expect the crash. Yes. I don't know if I can understand more from here, you know? If I can understand more from this crash. I mean, if I can find out what is the object that is actually not correct, right? I mean, we know which is the actor, because we know exactly which is the actor. The problem is that we don't know which is the component or property inside that actor which is making the garbage collector crash. Right? That is what we don't know. We are dealing with an array of object references. Like, for example, this thing, what is it? I can go backward, you know, a few frames and see if... collect references, perform reachability analysis. So list of object references should be collected. So it's basically trying to understand which objects are referenced. The problem is that you see, object to serialize is 4,860. I mean, GG. I mean, I cannot check them all. Array structure. So it's going inside this array of object referenced and stuff that it needs to serialize. But I don't think that here I have my horse guy, you know? I don't think I have the horse here. I think that here is just a full list of objects, including, yes, including a bunch of stuff. Which I think will be super hard to understand. There is a damage blueprint, for example, I've seen, right? Where this is coming from? But anyway, so it's basically collecting all these objects for which he wants to do a check if they are still properly referenced. And then parse the token stream. Yada yada, eh? Yada yada is a very good comment. Yada yada. Okay. The problem is that this stuff is all pointers to other stuff, and so it's very hard to understand. I mean, it's basically reading memory, so it's very hard to get any information out of Visual Studio of what exactly is the object, you know, that is complaining about. This is probably a typed object, so yeah, it's a template of potential. We will never freaking find it. We will never freaking find what is the object we are speaking about. Never ever. I mean, not from this side. I cannot get anything out of this. Also because most of this is illegal memory space. No, I think that from here I'm not getting any more information, you know, of why we are crashing. But I think we are crashing because our class private is probably one of these is actually, or our class private. Yeah, I think our class private is completely bad memory, so. The problem is class private what? Of what object? Okay, let's try one thing. Let's try to initialize somehow the main animation instance, okay? Even if I think that I don't know if we can, but I don't know if we can because Main animation instance is here. So we can do just for the test. Obviously, it's not something that we can do in general, but does this thing have a constructor of any kind? It's not very nice, huh? It's not very nice. It's not very nice, but if I can get, you know, a valid value out of that. Oh wait, we can also do something more than this. We can say, we can do is it something that we can do like this? Or is it super bad? No, it doesn't allow me to do it. It doesn't allow me to do it. But I can just create a new one. I can... I mean, this should be able to do it. Right? This should be able to do it. Can I get the address of that? The problem is that this variable will destroy as soon as we exit. So I think I need to put it on the main class. Ah. This one is private. Because it's an Unreal Engine object, so I need to create it with the new thingy, new object something, right? How do I new object with Unreal? Unreal Engine, new object. Okay, see you, man. See you. I think I will fix it. I just want to see if is the animation instance the problem or not. New object class to create. Only that? Okay. So only like this? And the result is what? Can I get default object of this thing or no? Boys, I need to do dinner. So I will go to dinner and probably I will be back. I don't know if I will be on stream or not because I need to solve this problem, and I think this problem is not particularly interesting to you to see. But I will try to fix it. Okay, I will try to fix it. So I will be back, I don't know, or later tonight or tomorrow, hopefully with this thing fixed, or I will stream it, I don't know yet. I will decide if I want to keep it on stream or not, because I think it's a bit of a, you know, too low level issue, and I don't know if it's interesting for you to watch me doing this thing. Okay, so until then, goodbye, and if you can, click on follow on Twitch and subscribe on YouTube, and also check our Patreon page, and see you soon. Bye bye.